Hey folks, Dr. Groovy here, Scott Grove of GroovyMusicLessons.com. I got a reissue pedal from Fender here to show you. It's the old volume/tone pedal that was re-released back in 2008. All the pedal steel players were waiting in line for this one, and of course Fender screwed up, changed everything about it. Yet they call it the reissue. So the pedal steel players thought, hey, we're finally getting something, and something we can use. And, we don't have to pay $300 for the pedal anymore. Because these pedals were famous for what is known as the boo-wah sound on the pedal steel. Very cool. And they changed the pedal entirely. Imagine that. And plus they had them made in Korea. No big whoop there, but had they used anything the same other than the chassis for the most part, it would have been great. But it's still quite usable, and all you steel players, you can change it to meet your criteria or your instrument. What they did in this one, which I will just simply show you, is... Okay, for people who don't know it either, these were back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and again, this one was re-released in 2008 after the NAMM show. So it goes up and it goes down, just like any other volume pedal. Nice chrome, just like the old retro days. Okay, and then on the top, you actually move your foot and it will slide from side to side. So there's your bass. So that's like your tone rolled off on your guitar. And that's even more treble than your guitar has in it. But yet the pedal is entirely passive. So no power required. What did they change as far as outside? Both input and output for pedal steel players. It's almost a must for a volume pedal for them to both be on the same side. And on the side pointing, so on the right side, so this thing can be out of the way of all your feet and knees and everything, doing everything out of there. They did not do that one simple thing this time. So you have your input, if you're looking down at the pedal, on the right side, where it used to be. On the left side, though, you've got the output, and then right up here is a tuner out. Okay, so you've got two cables coming out on the left hand side, which will piss off pedal steel players twice as much. Sure, they would like the pedal or the tuner out. That could be, but put it all on the right hand side so it's all facing, all the cords are not coming into your feet and into your section. So why did I get it? Because I like these for certain things. I've had the old ones too, and of course they're expensive, but I was glad to see a certain change here because I actually wanted to use it for guitar. The old ones used to use 500K pots. Okay, great for humbuckers. A lot of steel players use humbuckers. But for those who don't and still use single coils, I'm using a single coil on my old Deckley pedal steel back there. And this has 250K pots. So if I run this with my pedal steel, it will be great. And if I run this with all of the guitars that I actually play, it will be great because I use single coils in all my guitars. And if I was to introduce a 500K, as in the old ones, potentiometers in there, then it would be like, really screwing with my original tone, because all of a sudden you have 500K tone and volume pots. Not a good thing for single coils in general. 99% come stock with 250K pots for a reason. Okay, let's show you the internal workings of this. I am not splicing anything. Everything is going in real time because I do not want to mess with syncing up the audio and video 3,000 times with a bunch of edits and cuts on the on this unit. Okay, let's try to get some of the stuff out of the way. Okay, I'm going to push the volume pedal up and down. What you can see going on, you have the volume pot way over there, a string attached to it. Okay, so it is this spring attached to this piece of wire, actual spring, and then that wire, keep following that wire, goes around that pot. There you go. So I'm going to push the pedal back to full, and there you go. It actually does that. So it's on the spring, forcing the potentiometer to do that. And it does the same thing with the tone. I don't know how easy I'll be able to see it or show it, but the tone is the other one that comes across. See it going around the pulley system? Then there's the tone pot. So if I go from, yeah, it's going to be hard holding the camera, but let me get it from one side. Have to finagle this, but as I push it, there you go. You can see that whole mechanism right there, that thing moving across the chassis of this thing. So I'm going back to the bass side, and it's moving way over there in a channel that is cut into the chassis. Now it's going to move across, and it's going to turn that. Here we go. And I'll try my best with one hand. There it goes, and it's turning the pot, as you can see by the set screw. Okay, so that's how that is going to work. I will flop it on the ground and plug it in a second. The plate that goes on the back. Here you go. So all the new fancy stuff that wouldn't be on the old ones. Hey, cool, yeah, whatever. Corona, California, made in Korea. Okay, so that's what you've got. Today's thing, you'll be able to tell by me unmuting the guitar channel. Hear that noise? Yeah, we're using a tube amp. My other ones don't make that noise. Okay, so today is the old Fender concert amp with the EVM L12 in there. So we'll have a... Okay, these were the ones that were the very, 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 very first channel switching amps from Fender. Okay, clean side and a dirt side. And reverb. So these were designed by, Mr. Rivera. So channel switching for the first time ever for Fender here back in 1982-83. So that's what I'll be using. My Silver Creek audio cables, as always. It is just going on the ground. And lots of Velcro on that bottom piece, so I'll get it out of the way. So, and I will be using this Telecaster custom made by John Cruz of the Custom Shop. About the best designer over there, but this was when he was a really young boy and before there was a custom shop. So that's why this is the very first Telecaster with block inlays in it. I've got a review on here of that, so hey, check it out. So I'm going to put this up here, let you hear it. Again, sorry, it's just going to take as long as it's going to take because I'm not screwing with editing. I hate it, especially if I have to add all this crap in you guys have wanted me to put in. Meaning so-called better audio and all that crap. Okay, so I finally put an extended butt thing on my headset mic. That big thing in the middle, so I have an on and off switch, so I'm talking now and then all of us. Still going back on, there you go. Okay, so all that, they should have put, yeah, I know, sure. Should have put some sort of on and off switch here, but I've been relying on a compressor to do that. And my earpieces just fell out. That's okay. Because I get sick of wearing the great big cans. I mean, it sounds better in there, but it messes up my hair. Okay, I'm reaching around trying to find out where my other flipping earbud went. Hang on. There it is. Okay, so I've got that thing crammed in my head and a million cords coming out of my ass. I sure do already miss just turning on the camcorder and just going. Real pain in the ass this way, kids. And there you go. The noise you keep hearing. Oh, thing popped out of my ear again. Yeah, high tech is great. Oh, that was great too. Gotta love high tech bullshit. So that's the microphone sticking out my neck. Somebody said it was a little muffled last time, so pulled it out of my neck. Okay, there's the pedal. See if I can get my camera that you made me get. That's 1080p. Okay, volume with this guitar, volume and tone wide open. Okay, through the clean channel of the Fender Concert 1983 all tube amp, about 9 tubes I think. So let me turn off my vocal mic. It seems to be picking some stuff up. So here you go, straight guitar. Where the hell's that? There we go. Okay, you'll notice at the very bottom of my, not the toe, but the heel, listen. You hear that? It's in here all the time. Coming back. You hear that? It's always there. So that's in this circuitry. Okay. So you'll know that, and you hear it coming back up too. Right there. So it's about halfway through the travel back up that you'll hear another audio click. But all the way down you get a click. Coming back up you get one about half the volume at halfway up. Okay, so that's as clean as the pedal gets. Okay, let's do the tone, which is that way, that way. So bass that way, treble that way, bass, treble. I got to do this in 22 minutes because for some reason my camera splits this video after 22 minutes and then starts a whole new video. Anybody know how to fix that? Let me know so I don't have to watch such things. Make my life a lot easier. Then I could probably actually edit some stuff, but I know I've only got 22 minutes to work with. Okay, so the tone down to bass, say. Okay, so you got all the way down to the bottom end. Let me turn off this microphone and let you guys just get the straight guitar feed. Here you go, you can see what's going on. Bass is where I've got it. Here we go. I found my audio switch. So on pedal steel, which I am not going to hook up because it's just a pain, and the camera won't allow me to take that much time. So really, if anybody knows why this camera only does 22-minute segments when you export the videos, let me know. I mean, I can let it run for 10 hours because of the SD card, but here's more hum. Tube amp with a little bit of overdrive. So here's my overdrive channel. I am getting rid of my audio mic. You can see what's going on down there. Okay, so it's really hard to do this demonstration, but you kind of get the idea. And the best thing for these type of pedals is honestly, for these and even the Morleys and everything, is to actually have them propped up about like that on your pedal board. So put a piece of wood, a triangle or something underneath them to prop them up like that, and it makes it a lot easier to do the tone thing. But yeah, you fall forward and can actually, that's what I did with my Flying V when I busted my ribs. I just kept falling forward because that's what happens on these pedals. You go beyond your axis. Okay, so again, that's the reissue then, the 2008 Fender reissue, and again the pedal steel players are pissed off about it, but then again, like I said, guys, you always can, even though it would really suck, is try to put, because you can see that the chassis is cut out to fit where the jack is. You could always put 2 more jacks over here and cut some of that out and put your jacks on the other side, drill through it, then put your 500K pots in for anybody who is running humbucking pickups on their pedal steel. But the boo-wah sound is still authentically there. It sounds great on the pedal steel. Again, I'm not going to demonstrate on the steel because I'm just not messing with all this camera crap. It just makes it a real pain in the ass to have to work with all this crap. So there you go. That's the pedal. In case you guys wondered where it was and where it went, it just came and went really quick because people of general mentality do not understand volume pedals or tone pedals or boo-wah pedals, and nobody makes anything for pedal steel players. So this came and went extremely fast. They had a lot of requests for it, but then again, when the majority of the world is buying $99 Squires and little tiny amplifiers, then, you know, cool pet, and they're playing, you know, metal, where this has no place in such a thing, then they get rid of things like this because it's basically only kids that are playing guitar these days. Us good old country boys that like good, clean, pure music, pure sounds, unaffected. Basically, there's nothing for us because they consider us dinosaurs, and it's all about, you know, metal stuff. So when a reissue comes out like this, you still pay a lot for it. I gave 70 something for this on eBay. It came in a couple days ago, but usually you still have to pay $150 for this. So I got a good deal on this and a few others that I'm going to show you. And Fender hardly ever does pedals anymore. And I got another Fender pedal in that is wonderful and way better than any Sustainiac pickup, and way better than the Boss Distortion feedbacker bullcrap. And that's going to be the Runaway by Fender. This guy. Okay, so I'll show you a demonstration of that. This here's a feedback pedal. It does not add distortion, so you can do feedback with clean. The great thing I like about it is you can do feedback while you're going direct, and your guitar will not naturally feedback. You can control which octave it's in, if it's going to do a fifth, or if it's going to do a octave or two above or below, or some really wild backmasking sounding things. So it's very cool. So another one by Fender that came and went really quick, but yet mutilates all the other feedback pedals out there. So I'll do that one for you again. Once again, Dr. Groovy here, Scott Grove. I'm watching my things so it don't screw up on me, so I won't be able to put my audio and video together. So you guys, once again, be groovy, and that be that. So I'll plug some more stuff in. Got some other pedals too to show you from back in the 70s. This was my favorite distortion pedal, the old Ross, and some other pedals. So catch you guys later. I see about almost 22 minutes on here, so I'm done, kids. Again, please, somebody help me with this exporting. It just automatically cuts them into 22-minute sections. I'd rather have it be one long-ass video, but if anybody knows how to fix that, especially the person who sold this to me, you know who you are, or traded this for me, let me know. I can't find a thing in the menu about it, so that'd be a great one to get figured out. So you guys be groovy. Catch you on the next pedal video. I'll do 4 or 5 of those in a row. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.